everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mental Health Pandemic. I hope all of you all are safe and fit. Today we will discuss one of the most serious and vital aspects of depression. I'm talking about suicidal tendencies in depression patients. I know it sounds very negative, but depression can increase a person's risk of suicide or self-injury. So it's helpful to know how to recognize the signs. Without any delay, let's get into the signs that might indicate that your friend or a close family member is having serious suicidal thoughts. First, frequent mood swings or personality changes. Second, talking about death or dying. Third, purchasing a weapon or too much over-the-counter medicine. Fourth, increased substance abuse. Fifth, risky or dangerous behavior. Sixth, getting rid of belongings or giving away treasured possessions. Seventh, talking about feeling trapped or wanting a way out. Eighth, pushing people away all the time. So these are some common signs, but there are no definite symptoms for suicidal tendencies. So the best thing to do is to trust your gut. If you are worried about someone, then take that step. And that first step starts with simply reaching out. It may seem like a small thing, a very simple thing, but survivors of suicide attempts and suicide experts say that it can go a long way. Simple acts of connection are powerful, so keep looking out for each other. Here are a few things you can do that can make a difference. Recognize the warning signs. As we discussed earlier, you need to see if there is anything unusual in your close one's behavior. If you find something strange, it's time to act. Reach out and ask, "Are you okay?" So what do you do when you notice someone is struggling and you may fear they may be considering suicide? Reach out, check in, and show your care. The very nature of someone struggling with suicide and depression is that they are not likely to reach out or talk to you. They feel like a burden to others. So it's more of your responsibility to reach out to such people. Be direct and ask about suicide. Most people are afraid to ask about suicide or talk about it or openly communicate about it because they don't want to put these thoughts in other people's heads. But there's no research or reason to support that. Instead, suicide prevention experts say that discussing suicide directly and compassionately with a person at risk is key to preventing it. Assess risk and don't panic. Suicidal feelings aren't always an emergency. Say a loved one confides in you that they have been thinking about suicide. What do you do then? Don't let yourself panic. People often believe that a person considering suicide needs to be rushed to the hospital, but not everyone who expresses these thoughts needs to be hospitalized immediately. Someone who has a plan at hand is at a high risk of acting on it. And to find out if anyone is planning on it or not, you need to communicate openly. So again, the key is to communicate. Listen and offer hope. The biggest thing is listening with an open mind and to not be judgmental. Don't tell a person what to do. Do not console them. They are looking to be heard, to have their feelings acknowledged. So avoid giving advices. The next step is to offer hope. It helps to say things like, "I know how strong you are. I've seen you get through hard things. I think we can get through this together." Help your loved one make a safety plan. It's a simple plan for how to cope and get help when a crisis hits. And typically, an at-risk person and their mental health provider create this together. But a family member or a close friend can also help. This includes a conversation about the means and ways that a person would use when considering suicide and is one of the most important steps in preventing suicides. Explore tools and support online. For those struggling to access mental health care, there are some evidence-based digital tools that can help. For example, there are smartphone apps like Virtual Hope Box, which is modeled on cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. There's a website called Now Matters Now, which offers videos with personal stories of suicide survivors talking about their own struggles and how they have overcome their suicidal thoughts. Stories of survival and coming out of suicidal thoughts have been shown to have a positive effect on people at risk of suicide. Guys, I hope this episode was of some value to you. Do keep listening and sharing. Keep safe and be fit. Also, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. More subscriber base will encourage me to come up with more quality content. So please subscribe and support. Thanks for listening.